paranormal. It surrounds us. It's everywhere. Tonight, you will hear from the people who live and work within these highly active locations, all in the efforts to discover America's most haunted. With your host, ghost hunter and author, Dan Terry.
Good evening, boys and ghouls. I am Dan Terry, your ghost host with the most haunted. And I gotta tell you, I'm right here on the UNX Network. It should be your home for paranormal podcasting. Why aren't you over here? We've got it all, and we got some of the best names in the paranormal field, be it UFOs or whatever. We've got it. You need to be here, and we'll talk more about that later. But I have got a guest tonight out of the Midwest that's got a video, and along with some photos, but he has got a video that's kind of intriguing. I believe he got a portal opening and closing. And I have managed in my lengthy time of doing this to get two photographs of portals. Once was out at the old Enoch Snob Bridge in Franklin County in Missouri. And that one was just a rectangle of light that just appeared out of nowhere and disappeared. Then one night we was at what may very well have been a demonic presence. I had a group of people, including my wife, walking in a diamond formation, heading towards the house from the back part of the yard. Something ran between them. It couldn't be seen, but it could be heard, and it growled. And my wife took a picture of the direction it was going and got what we think is a portal. So we've gotten two. He's got like at least a couple of minutes of really interesting video. So let's bring in my first guest. Are you handy there, buddy?
Yes.
Folks, Darrell Edgell. Darrell, the world. How are you doing? And tell me more about what you do now.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. For the last 42 years, I have been intrigued with spirits, ghost hunting, cryptids. It all started when I was 17 years old, back in 78.
Okay.
I was living in an old house that had a lot of history to it. And I was I was cooking, and I saw what looked like a figure walking towards me. And okay. I turned my head, and it was a little girl, probably about 3 feet tall. And as I was looking at her, she was looking at me, and she was walking towards me. And she got to about 2 feet from me. And I was looking down at her. She was looking up at me. And I'm going to tell you, man, my knees were shaking. I didn't know what to do, whether to fight or flight. It was amazing. And she knew that she was scaring the crap out of me. She knew that. And then she turned away and she walked right into the kitchen bathroom area. Okay. And I didn't say anything. I didn't want people to think I was loopy in the head.
Let's dissect that one just a little bit. How long had you lived in that particular home?
About 3 years.
And had there been any kind of evidence of a paranormal presence there? Noises, knocks, whatever?
No, not a bit. She knew that she was freaking me out. So she left. And I didn't say anything at all to my ex-girlfriend. And we were watching TV. We're sitting on the couch, and this little girl came out of the kitchen area and into the living room. And my ex-girlfriend, she freaked out. She says, Monica, Monica, which was her little girl that had died. She had died of fluid in her lungs. And go ahead.
No, I wasn't expecting you to know who the ghost was. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, she knew that it was Monica, her daughter. And after that, we felt comfortable. We felt like she was part of the family. I made her feel like she was part of the family. When we would sit down to eat, I would get a little coffee saucer or something and put a little spoonful of food in there, and I'd say, Monica, if you would like to eat and drink water or whatever you want to drink, you're more than welcome. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that ever happened the 5 years that we were all together. But at nighttime, she would yank she was just like a normal little kid.
Right.
She would yank the covers off of me, and she would run her fingers through my hair, and she would always tap me on the shoulder.
Okay.
And at first, I wasn't scared. I was just like, just a little, not annoyed, but a little freaked out, say.
Of course.
And after the time went on, she kept doing that. She kept touching me and pulling the covers off. And I thought that was cool. That was so cool. And then when we moved to Louisville, Kentucky, she didn't follow us. And I'm going to tell you, sitting here right here now, I miss her. I miss that. I miss her little kid antics.
Right.
I miss that so much. And that was the first time I've ever experienced anything like that. But I have had so many ghostly encounters that's just absolutely just phenomenal. A couple of years ago, we were in a cemetery close to the house. And
you're living somewhere near Chicago now, right?
Yes, LaGrange Park, Illinois.
Okay.
And I saw in a distance a blue mist coming towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I just stood there wondering what in the world it was. So it engulfed me. It just, it was all around me. I could feel a weird presence all around me. And I had my camera. I don't know if this one right here. I had that in my hand. And she took that camera that was in my hand and started taking pictures.
Okay.
I believe I sent some pictures that had double, like pink pictures that I had sent. And she would just take pictures, just randomly snap.
Now, when you say her, you mean a spirit?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And the reason why I say her, when I lived in Houston, Texas, I was dating a white witch.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very knowledgeable in this kind of stuff. And she told me, I didn't even call her. I didn't even mention anything to her. She called me up the next day and said, Darrell, there was a spirit taking pictures of two sisters, and they were in shows and different things in the 20s.
Okay.
Here in Chicago, and I'm like, yeah, come on. And then she said, where you were standing in front of this large monument, look to the right about 10 feet, and you'll see two sisters. And they were show people.
Okay.
And I went there the next day, and man, sure enough, there were a couple sisters, and it freaked me out. There were so much cold chills that went down my spine. I'm thinking, how in the world did she know that one? She was a white witch.
Okay.
And she told me when we broke up, I will always keep an eye on you. I will always protect you. And I believe she has in the years.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
It's just really freaky that people like that know what's happening 1,100 miles away.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. So tell me about this, some of the pictures you sent, some of the photographs. They looked really cool.
Well, the pictures were taken in various cemeteries. The ones that I sent were actually the ones that I want people to see.
Okay.
People think that spirits, ghosts, do not exist. Well, I'm here to tell them. This is what I tell people. Ever since Adam and Eve, I believe, in my calculations, I believe there has been 110 billion people that has lived and died on this earth. There's a lot of spirits roaming around.
Mm-hmm.
If they were all alive, they wouldn't fit on this earth, I'm sure. But everybody, there's just so many spirits just walking around. People don't understand that. I have a lot of nurse friends that my partner Linda, she works at a hospital, and there's a lot of people that want to go ghost hunting with me, and some of them has, some of them is intrigued. Well, I kind of believe that there are ghosts. Well, if you kind of believe it, then you really don't have a say whether there is or not. Come with me and find out for yourself. No, I'm afraid. What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
They're just so freaked out of the things that I show them. Linda takes pictures to work, and some of the people are just afraid, just absolutely afraid. Now, one lady in particular, she wants me or us to take her ghost hunting.
Okay.
And now get this. She wants us to take her ghost hunting in the daytime.
Well, if they're there at night, they're there in the daytime.
They are. That's for sure. And I've got
your senses are a lot more attuned at night.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to get to these people. Go with me at night. And especially after an electrical storm. Now, where I do a lot of ghost hunting is a cemetery out on Archer Avenue. And it is in the ley lines. And there's so many spirits there. Every time that I go to that cemetery, I am put to the ground. They ride me to the ground and won't let me up. The last time that we were there, I was on the ground and trying to get up, and I think there was 5 or 6 people trying their best to light a lighter to light the smudge, and they were freaking out. Darrell, are you okay? Darrell, you? And I'm just laying there on the ground, just can barely move.
Right.
And there's so many times that has happened at that same cemetery.
That ain't Bachelor Grove, is it, or anything?
I have been to Bachelor's Grove many times.
I've always wanted to go. What'd you find?
Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go at night so bad I can just taste it. I want to go there at night and stay all night till about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Everybody I talk to, oh, there's this and that out there. There's a horse-drawn carriage that went into that little pond that I see all the time. Well, I want to go there and I want to spend the night there and see that for myself. I'm the type of person that if I hear something, I want to experience it myself. I don't want to hear a bunch of this, that, and the other. I want to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, the park police, they close that at night, which you can walk around it and get into it.
Uh-huh.
And if they find you in there, they will give you a ticket.
Okay.
I don't understand why they won't let people in there. I mean, I have been a ghost hunter. I have never in my life torn anything up in a cemetery or anything anywhere else. I am one of the most respectable persons in a cemetery, but they won't let you in there. Another thing I want to do is I want to spend the night in a funeral home. I want to do that so bad as I can just taste it.
Uh-huh.
But one of my friends was buried, and he was in this one funeral home, and I talked to the director. Mm-hmm. I've been a ghost hunting for this and that, blah, blah. I would like to spend 3 or 4 hours, in your in your rooms.
Right.
Yeah, I will let you do it. That's been over a year ago, and I've written him several letters, no response. But there's so many different things I want to do, but nobody will let me do that. So the only thing I'm able to do is cemetery stuff, which is fine, cool, and groovy and all that. But I want to graduate to something else. And, I know for a fact what Linda has gone to people that read palms and this and that. And
sure. Okay.
They tell her that she has a gift. And, I'll tell you, if she has a gift, and she has a gift of listening to them. I have the gift of seeing them.
Okay.
We live right, I'd say about 50, 60 feet from a cemetery where we live. I see so many ghosts. Man, it just blows you away. Now, if a person that didn't believe in this stuff, if they was to spend a week here, they'd be put in a nut house or something. It's just absolutely just mind blowing, the things that I see here.
But is it that cemetery or is it you? Could you see the same thing in any boneyard?
Yeah, yes. I thank God that I have the ability to see spirits anywhere.
And I thank God I don't. That's just something I don't want.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely cool.
Okay.
And I want to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And my partner Linda, she thinks I'm absolutely stupid. Yeah. It was like 3 days that we moved in this house.
Uh-huh.
And I was laying in bed. And out of nowhere came this. I always refer to her as a witch.
Right.
She come zooming into my face. And she's just looking at me, and I'm looking at her. And we're looking at each other. And then all of a sudden, she just takes off. I didn't scream. I didn't flinch. It's like I've seen so much of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just don't faze me much anymore.
Okay.
Now, I've gone online and I've kind of put out there, like Zach Bagans and other people. I have a website, neverrunorscream.com.
Uh-huh.
And that's me. Never run or scream. You know, these people on TV, that's exactly what they do. To get the audience, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm not that way. What I bring to you is factual. Okay. I don't run or scream. And
let's take a look at some of those photos you sent and see what we can tell us the story behind it. Would you throw one up for us, Race? All right, what are we looking at? Hey, Darrell?
Yeah, all I have is a black screen.
Oh, okay.
Can you see me?
Yes. Now, right now, we got the picture up, and it's showing a white dot and maybe a mist on the right, 3 or 4 orbs on the left.
Linda and I, we have a way of taking pictures.
Okay.
She will take a picture, and as soon as it flashes, I will take a picture behind her, and whatever is around, we can capture. And okay. I don't know how to explain it, but the way that we ghost hunt is just so weird.
Can you see this one? Race just changed the picture, and this one looks like a body with a 2/3 of a skull.
Yes, that was in Jones's Cemetery.
Okay,
and that was taken, obviously at night. Mm-hmm. And most of these pictures are just random. It's just.
Race, would you go back to that last one, please? Can you see that, Darrell?
All I see is a black screen.
Weird. Okay.
I don't see anything.
Okay, but you know the one I'm talking about. So we've got, I'm seeing eyes, maybe a nose, longish hair, maybe even a beard, and then shoulders and a chest. Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing here, you think?
Yes, it is. Yes, okay. It is.
And what kind was that around a particular stone, or do you have any story that might be connected to this?
The only stone that I really am particular with is the Jones Monument.
Okay.
That is one of the most haunted areas, around where we live.
All right. Well, this is one of the neatest photos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just mostly it's just random pictures. And I'm trying to.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on from that one, Race, and see if this one is a large obelisk-shaped stone with a lot of mist around it.
Does it look like a buffalo to you?
Yeah, I could kind of see that. Yeah.
One night, late at night, I parked the car and I walked over there, taking pictures. And I was probably 5 feet from the stone, and I took this picture, and I saw what looked like a huge, massive buffalo, and it got my attention.
Okay.
I've never seen anything that large before, ever. I've got a lot of small, smoke, but this one right here is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, to say it could be a buffalo, well, in our area, back in the day, there was buffalo. They were running around, and that wasn't that long ago. There's a lot of I would say that would be like a cryptid type thing, and there's a lot of that around here, and we've gotten a lot of pictures that just unexplainable, just absolutely just wild. I just go ahead.
I've got another photo up. This is looks like the same obelisk, but it's got two light-colored streaks coming behind it.
Yes, that is the that's the two pictures, or photos I was telling you about that. The person that had control of me was taking pictures, and
okay.
I believe with all my heart that the ghost that had me taking all these pictures, I believe was of her and her sister.
Okay, so a spirit took control of your hand, turned it, and began taking photos. Is that a pretty accurate way to say it?
That's 100% accurate.
Okay.
It's amazing what they can do. I have had things thrown at me. I was standing at the kitchen peeling potatoes, I think it was, and all of a sudden I had to fight. From a spirit making me jab myself with a knife. But
wow.
it overpowered me, and I jabbed myself with a knife.
Okay.
They are strong, and they're real, and they're nothing to mess with.
And somewhere around this, where this photo was taken, there was a grave of two sisters, or of a pair of sisters, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and my friend, which is a white witch, she told me all about it, and we're 1,100 miles away, and I don't understand how they can see things like that, but they do. They do.
Oh yes, I've dealt with that. I got friends who call me when they think I'm in trouble that way, and they always call me right when I'm on a ghost hunt, and they didn't know. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've had that happen myself. I know what you did last night. You need to keep out of that area.
Okay, Race, thanks. You know, I had a ghost hunt once in which a friend of mine who was psychic or sensitive and had been in an accident and had been out of it for over a year. And he called me. I said, "Hey, Tim, I'm in the middle of a ghost hunt." And Tim said, "Yeah, I know. The spirit you're talking to is a female who is a mother figure to one of the people there. Was not his mother, but was like a mom to him. And she just, I mean, he named off where she worked back in World War II, how she met her husband. And he didn't even know I was ghost hunting. So I do believe when you say your friend, the White Witch, knows what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, they are in tune.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but well, let's move to that video you've got, which I think is pretty incredible. And you sent it to me. It's a little over 5 minutes. I cut down the beginning of it, especially the music. I toned it down some. But can you explain where you was at and what was going on when you got this?
Yes, it was on Halloween night 2020. And we were at one of our favorite cemeteries to hunt.
Uh-huh.
And we walked in, and we had people that wanted to go ghost hunting. And so this was on Archer Avenue. I call it the Clock Tower Cemetery. There's a huge clock tower. And that's why I call it Clock Tower Cemetery. So we were there, and we were talking. The girls and guys, they were just so, their eyes are like that, you know, and they were just so happy and glad to be doing this. And I set my camera down that I had made. Hang on for a second, and I'll show you what I had made. Can you see this? Hello?
So you're taking video in 3 directions.
Yes.
Okay.
I made this. I salt this up.
Uh-huh.
And I had put this on a bench and walked away. And when I came home and downloaded this to my computer, that's where I saw the spirit portal.
Okay. So tell me about the weather conditions that night. You told me earlier that people tell you it's rain or whatever, but that cannot be.
It was clear.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice night. It was probably 70 degrees. It was nice. You didn't have to have a coat or a jacket.
Okay. And there's obviously a lot of insects, but what I'm seeing is no insect.
You're right. There's a lot of insects, but those are not insects.
Okay.
If you look at this one picture, I think I sent a picture, not a video, of what looked like hundreds of streaky orbs shooting up.
Uh-huh.
Did I send that to you?
I don't remember. I'll have to look at the rest of them shortly. But let's go ahead and run the video you sent because it's really pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. Where's my... Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Sorry about that. Suddenly my computer went down after that. It's kind of weird. Maybe I ain't supposed to be watching that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, things like that happen. It happens to me. It's almost like you're not supposed to be doing this.
Right. Okay, so what I saw, and feel free to just disagree with me, but there was something came on the screen to the right, round, that faded and then got stronger. Started out also as a crescent, and I could see like movement on the crescent or something. I don't know if it was growing, shrinking, or what. But when someone began to approach it, and I don't know why he was waving his arm with the light, but he was approaching, and it disappeared. Is that pretty much cover what I saw?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, what you saw is what happened. It's just phenomenal how that happened. There were people out there, my people, taking pictures and whatnot. But over to the right, like you say, there was a crescent, and then there was a sphere.
Right, yeah.
And up on the sphere, before it closed, looked to me, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, it's your video. Go ahead.
Looked to me like there was a cryptid wheedling its way into the sphere.
Okay. I guess I missed that, and you told me it was there. I looked, but I guess I just missed it. There is so much to see on there.
That's right. There's so much to see. You are correct. There's a lot going on.
There was wind blowing because I saw the trees moving. There's your people back there taking photos, and I know at one point it looked like the Flash was actually behind the portal.
Oh, yes, the Flash. The Flash didn't go through. Mm-hmm. It was almost like it was cloaked.
Okay.
The Flash didn't go all the way through. It stopped right there at the crescent. Whatever it was, it wouldn't let the Flash go all the way through. Is that what you saw too? Or
yeah, like I said, it looked almost like the Flash of one of the cameras didn't go in front of it. It went behind it and was traveling. I mean, you could see, of course, you see a Flash when it travels, but it didn't do right. It should have covered the whole section of the screen there.
Correct.
And so when you say cloaked, are you thinking it somehow stops light or stop that particular light?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well,
what's your thought?
Particularly, I am not as much on aliens. UFOs exist. There's no doubt we're seeing something. Is it human-made or alien-made? I don't know. So I tend to go more with the paranormal. But you said earlier that, was it MUFON?
Yes.
Was
MUFON.
Really interested in this video?
Yes.
So I don't know what to think of it, except Flash should not have acted that way.
You are 100% right. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't have acted that way. It was stopped.
Stopped or went behind the light, which again, if it was, say, a drop of moisture, that should have reflected the light, not hit it, is my opinion.
Right.
But again, I wasn't there. You were there. You could tell me more about what was going on. You say it was a clear night. You said it was windy. There was insects, but whatever was there would disappear and reappear, right?
Right, exactly.
Do you think that portal was opening and closing, or was it just fading from view when it wasn't being used? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
I believe it was going off and on, or closing and opening. But the cryptid that was trying to get into the portal, if you look at the video, look up to the upper left-hand corner, and you can see something kind of goes like this.
Okay.
Kind of like burrowing itself into it. And once it gets into it, boom, it's gone.
And that's the upper left-hand side of the portal itself.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I honestly believe, this is my thought. I'm a stupid person anyway, so it don't matter. I believe those things open and close all around the world. I believe that.
Okay.
I kind of believe that is a teleportation system for cryptids, spirits, and different things. I believe that because I saw it with I saw it on video that things went into it and things came out. So that has to be a subway bus for beings.
Okay.
That's what I believe. Now, this is another thing that I've been trying to tell people, get people interested in. People in the woods and different things, they vanished all around the globe.
Yes.
They turn up missing. This is my thought. We couldn't see the thing until I downloaded it.
Okay.
I believe, honestly, that people walk into these things and can't come out, and they end up missing forever. That's what I think.
Is this, do you think, controlled, or is this something that just happens? Just poof, I'm in another dimension. I walked through a tunnel, never saw it.
I think it's just something that just happens. I think.
Okay.
And once they go into the portal and into another dimension, I don't think they can turn around and come back out until it opens up again. I don't know about that. It's hard to say, but I do know that people wind up missing all the time in the woods.
Yes, yes.
So why couldn't they go into these spirit portals, into these portals, and never come out? That's something to think about.
It really is. Charles Fort and all those guys from the Fortean Society say it's all related. So what did the MUFON people tell you about this?
They said that there is so much going on that it's hard to pinpoint. Well, they said that they saw. I will, after this, I will send you the paperwork.
That'd be great. MUFON. Yeah.
They saw spirits, entities, other things that they actually saw. They even had people study this,
right,
and come up with all kinds of different answers. And I will send that to you.
Sounds good.
The report, and see, you can read that report and go back and look at the video again. and correlate what's going on and see what you think. I think that gobbles up people.
Okay. Well, that's, I don't know. I have no explanation for what I just saw. So it could be. I tend to go paranormal, but there are a lot of missing people in these state and federal parks in the system here in the U.S. and in other countries, apparently. So there was a story a few years ago about a little boy. He just disappeared. It was his dad, his sister, him, and his mom, and he disappeared from the middle and was found like 3 or 4 days later walking, and he wasn't hungry, and he didn't realize the time had went. It was weird.
Wow.
So yeah, I read that on one of the sites about this sort of thing.
Wow.
So yeah, and again, what you're saying has a lot of people who believe there's something going on in the park system.
Yes.
That's why I don't walk in a park unless I'm armed, because I don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, I carry a lot of stuff when I go into these parks and into the woods. A lot of stuff. So,
all right. Well, Darrell, tell people where they can see more of your videos, and also you've got a paranormal team with a website, correct?
Yes. Yeah, just log on to neverrunorscream.com.
Okay.
And you'll see some videos and pictures and different things.
And the name of your team was GASP, if I remember correctly?
Yeah. That's one of the things that intrigues me about the whole thing is how people just ignore this. Now, can you see this?
Yeah, kind of. What do you got? Oh, okay.
Doesn't that look like a girl?
Or President Trump? I'm not sure which.
Yeah. Now, I got that in the graveyard too.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
And we were barbecuing one night, and this is I was surrounded again by spirits.
Okay, lift that up just a little. There we go. Okay. Wow.
They seem to love me, I tell you. Now, since I got this a couple of years ago, I began to starting to go into cryptid hunting.
Okay.
Now, next year we want to go to the Cascade Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And camp for about a week.
All right. Well, you're putting yourself in the mouth of the lion there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
All right. Well, Darrell, I've got to break it off. It's time to go on, but thanks for showing up. Darrell Edgell, am I pronouncing that right?
You got it right.
With GASP. And your website again is, I'm sorry, say it again, Don't Run or Scream?
Don'tRunOrScream.com.
Okay.
But neverrunorscream.com.
Neverrunorscream.com. All right, Darrell. Well, thanks for showing up and helping us out here. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me on.
You take care of yourself. Be careful in those cemeteries.
All right. Thanks very much.
Take care. All right. This is you decide what you believe. I have no real opinion on it at the moment. I'm going to have to look at it over and over and over again. And I've looked at it maybe 3 times. It's going to take a little more analysis, but there was some interesting anomalies going on that video. And some of the photos were pretty cool too. And you all need to explain why you're not members of the UNX network. It's free. You subscribe for free. Go to the website, which is unxnetwork.com. Homepage, drop down, and there's a way to type in your email address. And what do you get for that? You get a monthly newsletter. And let me tell you, some of these newsletters lately have been really interesting. UFO Flap in the Midwest. people all over seeing UFOs, Missouri, Kansas type area, maybe even Oklahoma. You also get access to the X blog and a free digital copy of our magazine sent to you every quarter. This magazine, guys, it's called the UNX magazine, and it has the best writers in this field. That's some of the covers of them. I'm in there, but there's guys better than me. Whitley Strieber on occasion. We've got Margie Kay, of course. We've got several others that are putting this stuff in. Now, this particular issue right here was all about, well, mostly about time anomalies, time travel, the story about the little girl who ran into her great-great-grandfather or whatever. That was really interesting. Admiral Byrd, everyone is at least basically familiar with his story, finding a spot in the Arctic that was warm and had strange creatures in it. And guys, this is amazing. And I believe it was Admiral Byrd who went back on Operation High Jump. And I was on the ship, 40 years later, that was one of the ships involved in High Jump. I wish I'd known that at the time, but there's legends of UFOs attacking the U.S. Navy right after World War II. So this gives you ideas of what to check out and what's going on in the paranormal field. So again, go to unxnetwork.com, get your free subscription, join us over here, and we'll get more and more and better guests because people like to come on this show. So you all keep your videos going. You never know. You might get a portal opening up like that. Again, I photographed two, but I've not got one on video yet. So maybe you can prove this is absolutely correct. Maybe you can prove our guesses are right, because you may get one also. Keep the video running, and you all stay spooked. Good night.